What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Pose Season 2, Episode 1, you guys. So a new show. It is a second season, but I didn't have the room to fit it in for the first season last year. So we get into it this year, and yeah, you guys, I'm excited. I love when I get a new show that I actually enjoy. I really enjoyed the first season. Second season is starting off with a bang, huh? And we can see that they're changing the direction of the show. Okay, looks like it is going to have a little bit of an underlying political edge. Okay, a little bit of a political angle. Added along with all of the fun of last season. Okay, it's time to get serious. Folks is dying out here from AIDS. The year is 1990, and the harsh realities of the illness is hitting the gay community out there like, you know, it is burning down their community. So this season is going to be a little bit different, not quite as lighthearted, but I'm still here for it. Yeah, you guys, we're going to try a new format. I'm going to try to make this more conversational and less recapping. Okay, but recapping is what is in me, so it's going to be hard for me to, you know, not want to get back into recapping, but I really want us to be able to kind of discuss the issues on this show as well as telling the story. So with all that being said, you guys, the review for Pose Season 2, Episode 1. Let's get to it, shall we? So when the show started, we saw our faves, Pray Tell and Blanca, on the boat. First, I thought they were going like on a, nice day ferry, possibly, but it turns out, no, they're going to this island. I had no idea that they had islands, that they were just burying people who had died from AIDS. So, back then, nobody knew much about the disease. People didn't know how it was spread, or the little that they knew about how it was spread, it was still ignorant to a lot of people. They did not, folks were so afraid that they just wanted nothing to do with AIDS victims. So we see them, they're at this island. They're meeting with this woman who works there. Matter of fact, she's rude. And I was like, yeah, this is probably accurately displays the temper of what people thought back then. She was just like, it ain't no names here. It's just dead bodies, dead from AIDS, in pine boxes. They dug a ditch. They throwing them in there. I mean, and she's telling this to people who are there to see their loved one. She obviously doesn't think that or doesn't care. But, for her to just so brashly say that, it kind of gives you an insight into what the community was going through at the time. So, and of course it's harder because we know that Blanca and Pray Tell both have HIV. This island used to have, it was for tuberculosis patients back in the day. Now it's quarantined AIDS, those who died from AIDS. They've still quarantined them all the way out in the middle of this, in the middle of the water. Yeah, so it was sad. Just to see the little rocks that was piled up, and supposed to be representing everybody that was there, but they say they're gonna be there for each other. And that's the thing that we love about Blanca and Pray Tell. They bounce off of each other well, but Blanca is just so full of hope. I was just like, we need to find more Blancas on this earth. Always is able to find a silver lining, and we love her about that. So anyway, Blanca gets an eye opener though, right? She goes to the doctor. She's meeting with Judy. You guys remember Judy from last season? She was the one that helped Pray Tell's boyfriend in the AIDS ward when he died. She gets dealt a cold reality right there. Judy ain't got time to mince words. You know what? Your T cells are low. You don't have HIV anymore now. You have AIDS. And Blanca, she goes through a couple of phases right there. At first, she's like, damn, I'm healthy. And that was another myth that people thought back then, is if they just stayed healthy, that they wouldn't succumb to this illness. But like Judy said, inside your body, what the disease is attacking your cells inside, there's no way to tell on the outside. You know, you can feel really, really good and it wouldn't matter. So, you know, she goes from denial to just flat out, I'm gonna die. And, you know, Judy tells her, no, you still have a lot of living to do. Okay, they have a saying in there. Get busy dying and you get busy living. Okay, and Blanca has a lot to live for. She's concerned about her children, you know, her kids. So Judy tells her about this medication, AZT. We heard a lot of things about AZT back in the day. Some good, some bad. But I imagine that they didn't really have any choice back then. AZT. You know, I can ask my gay community that watch me now that are my age and older, what was the 411 on AZT back then? Okay, was there still a lot of confusion about what the drug did? Did it help? Okay, was it a 90s type of chemo? We know what chemo does to our bodies, you know. So, because Blanca was just like, no, I've heard that, you know, that medication is horrible. But Judy was like, no, you gonna take this fucking medicine. Okay, first of all, they getting this medication from rich white, you know, gay folks that have died. They go, the organization that Judy was a part of goes and gets their medication so that they can give it to people that are less fortunate. Judy was like, no, you're going to take this medication or you're going to be dead in 6 months. Okay, this ain't nothing to play with. So I was hurt for Blanca. But you know, again, like I said, Blanca and her overwhelming hope. The fact that she loves this song Vogue so much that she's able to you know, she feels like Madonna is their saving grace, that she is their savior, that they've got this white woman who is the biggest artist in the world right now, who is singing a song about their community. Shit that they've been doing all this time. And of course, my cynical side, because I can even remember back in the 90s when Vogue came out, yeah, it was a big deal. The song was a big deal. And Voguing was a big deal. But I don't think that even back then in the 90s when I heard that song that I thought anything about the transgender community. I just remember liking the song and just loving to see the people doing these different poses to the dance music, but I still was clueless to the transgender community or even just the gay community back then, you know. So I was watching her and just, you know, her just, this song is going to be it. It's the revolution. You know, I was just like, wow. All of that for Madonna. When we see her at the ball, all right, and we see our baby Pray Tell, you know, the category is runway model effect. I love the way he says these things. I had to look at it over and over and over again. I was like, what is he saying? But anyway, she's telling Candy and Candy this, you know, that this song is the everything, is going to bring them in the mainstream. I was just like, Candy of all people, one of the most negative nannies on the fucking show. You trying to, you know, preach this song to her? Okay, Blanca, do your thug thizzle. And, you know, of course we see Angel, who is beautiful, probably one of the most beautiful women on the show. You know, come out and do her whole Vogue thing. So yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. And it did give you like a little bit of an air of hope. And again, Blanca brings that kind of feeling to the show, okay? We love her for that. And we also love the fact that she pushes her kids. The reality is Angel can be the fantasy on the ballroom floor, but she still got to work. She got to get some money, right? So she's still on the streets and working the pier. And we see Blanca go down there and get her off. You know, you said you wasn't doing this anymore. Oh, well, these bills don't pay themselves. I don't know what bills they got because they ain't paying Blanca. But but you know what we mean. So Blanca says she got a good idea for her. She wants her to get in this modeling competition. She's beautiful enough to be one. But, you know, herein again lies the challenge. Angel is a transgender woman. But that doesn't matter to Blanca. She even tells Angel that, you know, Madonna is going to revolutionize and change the ways for their community. I said, girl, whatever works. All right, I mean, if you believe in Madonna that much. But on the other side of all this hope again, we got Pray Tell at the funeral home. Yet another person has died from AIDS. You know, he's sitting behind Lulu and Candy, who are just really the most shadiest, negative nannies. Like I said, what do he call them? Hard-hearted hoes. He was like, can you guys at least show some fucking respect? But to tell the truth, you guys, Pray Tell is tired. This is his 210th funeral from AIDS. Somebody dying from AIDS. When Judy comes, she said it's her 423rd or something like that. Okay, and they try to make a lightheart. They try to make some jokes just to ease the pain of the fact that they're there and their community is dying off and nobody knows what the fuck to do. After the funeral, though, Judy takes him to her meeting that she belongs to, ACT UP, which is an organization, I guess that started back then, that's still out now, from what I understand. But, you know, fighting against, in this episode in particular, the Catholic community, the Catholic Church was trying to just preach abstinence, okay, and telling people that they didn't need to use condoms, and, you know, that the only way that they can keep from dying is to not have sex at all, and just putting a lot of misinformation out there. And this organization wanted to stage a die-in, which I can totally remember from back then as well. I can remember when they would go into the churches and just lay out like that. So I was just like, oh, okay. So it started to spark like some of my memory of the time. The 90s was just so much happened in the 90s for me, because that was when I graduated from high school in 88. So all the 90s was my 20s, and yeah, it was a lot going on, but I do remember these die-ins. And the fact that Judy took Pray Tell to this meeting, it was able to channel in him his anger, his pain, he don't know what to do. You know, sometimes you need something to focus and pinpoint on. And so ACT UP, fight back. What were they saying? ACT UP, fight back. Yeah, ACT UP, fight back, fight AIDS. The fact that he was able to kind of have a focal point for all of his feelings, this was a good thing for him. And he didn't even want to go, because he was just like, all these, you know, rich white gay guys, you know, and they Gap chinos, he ain't got time for this. But she was like, no, there's lesbians, it's all kind of colors of people in here, you need to be here. So it was a good thing that she was able to bring him there. This competition, Angel goes, you know, she has Blanca and Poppy there. She's not sure about this. This is nothing that she's ever even thought for herself, but they're pumping her up. You know, you're the most beautiful woman in here. You can do this. Just be yourself. Okay, even the lady that checks her in is, you know, tells her, girl, I didn't even think that I would be able to be here at one time. You know, I had frizzy hair, but, you know, that frizzy hair kind of made me stand out from other people. So gave her a little bit of hope, all right? And, you know, the music is all fairy tale-ish. When she walks in there, you can tell she's just looking around like, damn, this is, I can't believe I'm here. But maybe tiny feeling like maybe I can do this. But she's got pictures that Poppy took of her, you know, when they were playing around at the house with a Polaroid camera. And that's not going to do. So the lady that was talking to her was just like, no, you're going to have to get some professional pictures. You know, invest in your career, invest in yourself. But she likes the fact that Angel knows how to Vogue, okay, because Madonna, now that I guess Madonna did help out in that sense, right? Because would this lady even know what voguing was if it wasn't for the song then? So the song did help, I suppose, especially if you're in that scene. But like me, girl from South Los Angeles, yeah, voguing was not necessarily on my radar like that. The lady seems to like Angel, gives her a photographer contact, says, you know, let them know that I sent you, and then you come on back and bring those pictures to the semi-finals. So she goes and tells Blanca and Poppy, and I was just like, oh, so happy for them. So when they get back home, it's all about the revolution in Vogue, okay? It's so funny almost to me to put the two together. Some 30 years later, you know, I know differently, but anyway, on the show, she's all saying how this song is about to do it, blah, 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 and, you know, Pray Tell is there, and Pray Tell was just like, oh, you mean like when the white guys got up on their bars and sang YMCA? Or you mean like disco? how that lasted after Studio 54 closed and, you know, they stopped playing disco music altogether. You mean like that? And she's like, no, this is different. Okay, she's got the hope. You know, Angel, tell them what happened. Angel made it to the semifinals. So they happy about that. Something to celebrate. Blanca even got a job for Damon to teach voguing classes down at the little gym or whatever, or the rec center. And all this is good, but Pray Tell is passionate. He done went to this ACT UP meeting. He wants everybody to go to this die-in. It's a protest that they having at the Catholic Church. He thinks that everybody, you know, the house of Evangelista, they all need to be there. And Blanca agrees. You know, they start kind of hemming and hawing. Angel says she can't be there and everything, but no, Blanca was like, no, everybody needs to go. This is your community. You know, it means something. We need to have his back. We need to be supportive, you know, yada, yada, yada. So then, with all this hope going on, here comes Elektra. I honestly don't know. I don't know what exactly. Elektra does not, like, her character on the show is, she doesn't fit in. She definitely doesn't fit in that house. Her house is gone. It's just sort of like Elektra is there, but it just feels like what's happening with Elektra. She's not controllable. She has her own agenda, and she tells Pray Tell that she ain't coming there. Okay, she ain't looking good in no mugshot. But Blanca says, "Oh no, you need to come. Everybody needs to come from this house." You know, and she lays down the law. Everybody gonna be there Sunday. Okay, now Blanca almost don't make it because she gets off of work, and the nail shop owner wants her to work later. She gotta go. She can't do it. Now your shift is over, but your boss is trying to make you stay, and she's just like, I cannot do that. I've gotta go. She's forced to quit. And then the old ugly, you know, the true feelings of how some people feel about the transgender, when she says, you know, you should be kissing my feet because I'm the only person that would hire you. And I was like, well, damn. Is that how you really felt? All this time I've been working here, all this fucking time, and you mean to tell me that you think that I should be kissing your fucking feet? I've been doing a damn service. Okay, I'm not here for free. I was just like, it's fucked up. And Blanca on her high horse, angry and wanting to show that bitch something, tells her that she gonna buy her own nail shop and she gonna call it Vogue Nails, and then she gonna come back and buy that plastic. Girl, if you say something about Vogue or Madonna one more damn time, are they gonna have Madonna on the show? Shit. So they go to the die-in, and it's exactly what we thought it was gonna be. You know, they lay out in the middle of the sermon and middle of the Catholic service, which is all pomp and circumstance and very routine and, you know, quiet. And so all of this, people laying in the middle of the floor, even if they didn't say anything originally, that is very disturbing to the process. I mean, even I would have been nervous. I ain't even Catholic, okay? But even I would have been nervous if I was there, because I just know how the Catholics do. So, you know, they make their statement. You know, they're yelling, stop killing us, because, you know, the Catholic Church is putting out, you know, this false information, and people are believing it and dying as a result of it. And it's just like what you thought it was going to be. It was rioting, not rioting, but the riot police come in, their riot gear, and they grab everybody up, and you can assume that everybody's going to get arrested. I was like, today, how would that have turned out? Okay, anytime we see the police in riot gear, we nervous, especially in something like that, in a closed, you know, area like that. I was like, you know, today, 2019, probably would have been some bloodshed there. But the die-in was successful. Angel's modeling photography session, she still is able to make it to that, and we think that it's gonna go well. But the photographer notices who she is, that he's seen her at the pier. Okay, and at first she tries to say it wasn't her, but he's like, I know it is, you know. And so she was just like, well, what we gonna do? And, you know, he just makes her feel like she's so beautiful, and he's gonna take these pictures, and, you know, it's all gonna come out well, and don't you worry. And all day we see her in beautiful clothes and doing all of the beautiful modeling poses, and we think it's gonna go well. But at the end, he assaults her by having her take her clothes off. We know that she still has her male genitalia down there. She does not like that. Remember, she doesn't even really like to acknowledge it from last season, remember? And he wants her to take pictures and touching it and shit. And I felt so bad for her, because what was he doing crying for? Like, what was his purpose? What was he getting out of that? And how do people be so evil to humiliate a person? You know, you just have to be a special kind of bad person to do something like that. So horrible. So we get back to the ball, and the category is runway. French Revolution. Oh, pray tell them to bring that shit out there like they was from France, honey, with all of the drama. We get just that, okay, when the House of Evangelista has Electra come out in her Marie Antoinette, you know, garb, her get up, and it's so much going on. It has a carousel at the bottom and all of that, and there's even so much drama to it that they bring out a guillotine. Pray tell was like, did you guys really make a guillotine for this? They bring out a guillotine and chop her head off. You can tell that Pray tell his patience for Electra is little to none. So he's being kind of sarcastic, which he usually is anyway, but this time you can tell the tone is different. So when the competition finishes and they're supposed to be getting their scores, you know, she was just, he goes off on her about not showing up to the die-in now in front of everybody. And she was just like, quit talking about the die-in. Can you give me my score? And he was like, we already know what the score is. Okay. You are the winner, like last week and the week before that and the week before that and the week before that and the week before that. Okay, here, take your fucking trophy, go in and throw it down at her. And child, why he do that? Because you know Electra, she lives for those trophies. I have a feeling we're gonna find out from something about Electra's past where they used to tell her all the time that she was ugly or something when she was young, and that means so much to her. So when he threw that on the ground, I was just like, okay, that's gonna kill her. But he was just like so pissed, like, you got a community that you perform for every single week, and these people love you and love to see what you do, but you can't come and support something that is this big. Do you not know that your people is dying? But she don't care, you guys. She wants her trophy. I honestly don't understand why Blanca just continues to be there for Electra. I just know that it is her bleeding heart, but I don't think that Electra has many redeeming qualities, or she is not able to control herself long enough for those redeeming qualities to even come to the surface. Now, I don't know if it's because of her past. I mean, I'm sure that it is, the shit that she's been through, but it is hard to like Electra. I mean, he's so pissed. He get the other guy to come up there. He's like, please come up here and do this before the back of my head explodes. Child, that ain't something that a mama would say. The guy come up there and do it, you know, the category this time I believe is runway fantasy. What was it? Runway black booked model. Okay, so we got the people coming out there. They doing their whole little Vogue thing again, and Angel comes out beautiful again, and she wins. But just when she's sitting there listening to him talk about, you know, she's so beautiful that she could be on a real runway, you know, wear the clothes and have the face that the people want, you know, she's upset and she runs out, and Poppy and Blanca go and follow her. I'm recapping her. I'm trying to not recap, but it's just so hard not to for me. But when she goes out, she tells them what the photographer did. You know, they pissed off. We gonna go and fix this shit right now. So they go, and long story short, they beat the photographer's ass, take the pictures and the negative. I was just like, wow, when life was simple, that all we had to worry about was the damn pictures and the fucking negatives. Okay, nothing digital. All right, back then you could go and beat somebody's ass and take the shit and not leave anything behind. Not so easy these days, right? Angel goes back to the lady, and the lady loves the pictures. Okay, Angel just tells her, like, I need a real chance. All right, and sometimes that's all you need in life, for somebody to take a chance on you. All you need is one person to see something in you that can make a difference, and it could change your life. Sometimes overnight. So Angel goes home, Blanca's home. She ain't got a job no more. Girl, you gonna have to get a job. She's all morbid because her T cells are low. She tells Angel, and Angel tells her that she did make it to the final. So something again for Blanca to be happy about. So we celebrating, right? We at the table, and it's, you know, all of the house is there. They got their drinks, and even Pray Tell is telling Angel, honey, you better get ready for the ride of your life. Here come Miss Electra. And Electra just brings a cloud with her. She's really good at doing that. Blanca tells her, it's Friday night dinner, you're late. Okay, and on top of that, you ain't paid no damn rent around here. Electra was like, nobody pays rent around here. She was like, yeah, but they ain't got no money. But you walking around here in furs and fancy and shit. What the fuck you doing? Where does money coming from? Well, this would be a moment where Electra would have to be vulnerable, right? She definitely ain't doing that in front of all of these people at this table. So instead of saying where this money might be coming from, because furs don't come from you being a hostess at a damn restaurant, she goes off on Blanca. First of all, you yelling at me, and Pray Tell goes off in front of, on me in front of everybody at the ball the other night. He was like, I did that because your ass is fucking selfish. Okay, you should have been there instead of doing whatever the fuck you was doing. Electra's like, look, I ain't got to apologize for nothing. I ain't got to be here with this rat infested place, and I ain't got to be sitting up here eating no 99-cent dinner with canned meat and toilet water wine. Okay, and then she flips the table. All right, and I was just like, now what the fuck is you going through, Electra? Okay, that you got to do all of this. Not only does she do that, she threatens Blanca and says, honey, you better not even come on down to that damn ball, because I'm gonna eat your ass alive. Next thing we know, we see her leave, and now she's going back over to Candy and Lulu, who she used to be their mother. Now she's joining their home, their house. And we already know that is not going to work. So I don't really know what's going on with Electra. I really just honestly don't know what's going on with Electra. But right now, she don't seem to fit in anybody's anywhere. So they're going to have to figure out, we're going to have to figure out, or they're going to have to let us know what is going on there. But the show closes out with a little history lesson on Vogue. And evidently it's been happening since the 70s. Pray Tell is just telling everybody at the ball, where it started, what they used to do, just reminding everybody that, you got to know where you came from to understand where you at. So, good first episode. What y'all thought? I love this show, okay? But I can tell that the direction of the show has changed. So I just hope that it don't get too heavy where the lightheartedness fun goes away. But we got to remember that they're talking about real non-lighthearted shit. Okay, like I said, people are dying from AIDS. In the 90s, nobody knew really how you got it or understood how you got it, and so it's a lot that's happening this season. Definitely a political tinge to it though. But what did you guys think about the first episode? Did you enjoy it? Alright, Roxstars, that's it. Let me get off here. I gotta run in here and get my dog Jasmine some dog food and then take it on back to work. Okay, you guys, make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Rockstar. This is me posing. Let me do my Vogue. Bye.